forehead.
I feel like you're still gonna poke me in the eye when you do that.
Forehead guard thing.
Jesus.
My family calls it my superpower. It's my ability to see value in things that other people might overlook. Sometimes I go picking with my boyfriend, sometimes it's my best friend Sue, and sometimes it's my kids. But at the end of the day, it's all about having fun and hopefully just maybe making a profit.
Alright, well, out on the table here in front of us, we have everything from yesterday's shopping trip to the flea market. We absolutely killed it at the flea market, and we were late. We were late to the flea market. I did not expect to make out like we did, but ta-da! So right now we're going to go over everything that we got, what we paid for it, and what I expect to get for it, either on Etsy or on eBay. Recently, I've been listing a lot of my stuff to eBay, so if you're looking for it, you can find it over there, and there's a link to that down in the description, so you can go find it down there. But anyway, it's really late tonight, so bear with us. We're awake, I swear. Okay, so let's go through this stuff real quick. Now, we're going to talk about this first, because this is the first item that I bought, and I kind of want to get it off the table because it's a little wobbly, and I don't want it falling and breaking anything else on the table. So this piece I do believe to be Mexican pottery. When we talked to the gentleman who sold it to us, he said that he had originally paid $75 for it, but
It was like an art festival or something like that he bought it at, yeah.
Yeah. Now, it does have a chip on the top, unfortunately, probably because it is a little wobbly, but I think that could actually be fixed if you just put like a little, like a little foam. That's what I'm thinking, on the bottom.
Like, yeah, like one of those like skid pads.
Yeah. But he is really cool. He's a lizard climbing onto a pitcher or a vase. And I paid $10 for this. I would expect probably to get like 35 to 40 for him. Optimistically. I don't know. I guess if somebody else is into lizards, because I think he's pretty cool. So let's put him down here, because like I said, he's really wobbly and I just don't want him to fall and break something here on the table. So at that same vendor, we got this. Ta-da! This horse head vase that I'm just obsessed with. And I'm having a really hard time with the idea of letting it go. Recently I've been letting myself keep some things, and as a result I'm struggling to let things go, and it's not a good situation to be in. I would so keep this. Now it does have some wax on the bottom that was probably used to keep it stuck to the shelf. I got most of it off, but I do have to pry. You know what? We've got a knife here. We could just, I'm just joking. We're not going to do that right now. We'll film it. This piece right here, I would probably expect to get $45 to $65 for, because it is mid-century, because of the colors, because of the glazing. Now, it's possible that this is a designer piece and I'm just not getting it right now. If this was a designer piece, it could possibly go for a lot more, because there were a lot of designers making horse head statues, ceramic statues, planters, vases. So it's possible. I don't know. I guess I would have to do more research, but I'm going to be listing that on eBay. I'm not going to keep it. Want to, but I'm not going to. Okay, so we paid $5 for that. So that's going to be a good turnaround as well. We'll get to your stuff that you got at his booth. But where did we go next? Next, we went to our favorite boxes. Our favorite boxes. Now, I always wonder what we miss, because we're always late. So I'm like, what did the people before us get? Because we absolutely killed it in the boxes. And he actually said, what did he say?
Yeah, and I want to clarify something too, because I'm getting torn apart in the comments about me sleeping in. No. That's not how this works. I don't sleep very well, so I'm usually up at like what, 5, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. most mornings, not every morning, but most mornings. But on Sundays, if we go to the flea market, your dad doesn't pick the kids up till what, like 8:30?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
So
we can't get there until late.
you
And that's
can't
the
blame
problem.
you can't blame me. It's not my fault.
I know, it's just too easy to blame. I can't.
I get thrown under the bus. Under the bus.
So we were late to the boxes, but we did get some really amazing stuff there. And the vendor was actually, when we went to pay, he's like, oh my gosh, you picked me clean. You totally cherry picked me. And, you know, it was kind of funny because how many people had gone through there and missed this stuff. And it's...
Even the one item here in particular, he even said, he was like, I am so shocked it lasted as long as it did. And he's like, you guys know what you guys are picking up.
Yeah.
So.
Which was a really good compliment because...
It is, because when you got somebody who's been doing
it a long time and knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
You know, he sells this stuff for cheap, but the guy knows what he's doing and he knows what he's got.
Here's what he's doing. He's getting rid of the stuff that's a quick, easy flip.
Box lots.
It's box lot stuff. He has already cherry picked the cream of the cream out. You know, and gotten that stuff for himself and disposes of that at high dollar. Whereas he takes the rest of it, and whatever he gets, this is probably pure gravy for him.
Yeah.
So if he does a $200, $300, $400, $500 day, that's pure gravy.
Oh yeah.
So, you know.
And we did really good.
But there was some really good stuff.
And you're going to talk about this, right?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
All right, so I'll skip that, but we got this out of the boxes. I got this carnival glass bowl, which I was so excited about, and I couldn't believe I had found it there. Now it's funny because the tag in here says Northwood Grape and Cable Amethyst bowl.
It's cobalt.
Yeah, we were looking at it outside, and I'm like, Andrew, does that look amethyst to you? It's definitely cobalt. Now this particular bowl sells between $65 and $75, even with the depressed carnival glass market right now. So you can imagine what it sold for 5, 10, 15 years ago. It did a lot better. I can
understand why they may have called it amethyst. It has that iridescence to it.
Yeah.
And if you're not looking at the glass itself.
And that's what you have to do when you look at carnival glass, is you have to hold it up to the light and look at the base color, and that's how you know.
We do that with bottles.
What the color is. Yeah. So yeah, that's possible that they just said, oh, that's amethyst, but it's definitely cobalt.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
So I'm probably going to end up holding on to this. I collect carnival glass, so it's fair.
You collect everything now.
I don't collect it. I'm getting rid of the horse. Okay. So also at that booth, I got these Limoges plates.
Limoges.
They are from France. They are Limoges Elite, so that makes them better than just regular. But they've got this really heavy gold around the edges, which I can get it to focus for you guys. I know we're really far away from the camera today, but I wanted to capture everything in frame. These are really quite spectacular, I think.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of talked about this earlier between ourselves. The gold is very wide, where normally it's just a very thin band around the edge of it. So they put a lot of gold leaf on this, but not only did they put a wide pattern on it, they put it on very thick and heavy. Mm-hmm. That had a lot went into that.
Yeah, and then when I picked these up, I wasn't really looking at plates. I was looking at wall art. And I've got 6 of them, and I was just looking at them as wall art because when I picked these up, I also picked up this. And I was seeing them together on a wall. But for these, I was thinking I could probably get $8 to $12 a piece for them. Because I can't find any like them. I cannot find any with that gold, that really heavy gold.
My only concern with this piece, whether it's actual gold leaf used on this or if it's gold paint, is normally on the ones that they use the gold leaf and the real actual gold, it'll say 22 karat warranted on the back, which tells you that they used actual real gold. So, but this one's not marked that, so this could just be a very heavy gold paint. So that's something else you have to.
Fantastic.
It is.
It's fabulous. I think only one of them actually has a chip on them, and I got 6 of them, so that's pretty nice. Now this plate is one of the first ones I grabbed. This one is Nippon. So Nippon is basically means Japan. So this was made in Japan, and it's got these flower medallions. But it's also moriage. So it's moriage because it has this raised design.
Textured, yeah.
This
really
texture
neat.
would be considered moriage. So I'm not necessarily saying it's a medallion, but that's, you know, what it would equate to. The rose medallion, you call it that because it has the different sections and because it's medallions. That's what these would be technically considered. And the painting on this is just...
The flowers pop.
So nicely done.
Yeah.
A lot of the times you'll find it and it's like real sloppily painted.
They wanted to get it out fast, mass produce it, be done with it, and sell it to you.
And the detail on this is just fantastic. Yeah. Now there is a chip on the back and there is a crack, almost like something hit it on the back because it's a spider crack, and it doesn't come from any of the edges. And
you don't see it anywhere on the front.
No.
So the display value of this piece is still there.
Oh yeah, and I wish I could get it to focus for you guys because there we go. Oh yeah, check that out. It's just absolutely stunning. I'm in love with this plate. I'm in love with everything that we got at the flea market in yesterday's video. Yeah. And there's a link to that video down in the description if you want to see us actually buying this stuff. But I also got, speaking of rose medallion, these salt and pepper shakers. Now these are not terribly old. They actually have plastic little stoppers in there. But they are rose medallion, and they have a little man, and they also have flowers. So these are rose medallion. If it was strictly florals and birds, it would be considered rose canton with no, that means no people. Now if it was only people and there were no roses or birds, it would be considered rose mandarin because that's only people. So that's something to remember when you're looking at salt and pepper shakers. But for these, I would expect to get, I don't know, I want to say $8 to $12 because they're not terribly old. Let's see, what else did we get? Those were still at the same spot, right? I think that's really all I got from that vendor. So our total spend there was $14. So
yeah,
and we still haven't talked about this stuff. Oh, these yuan plates.
Yeah, they came out of there. Didn't you get these out of there?
Oh yeah, those as well.
I know this came out of there.
Okay, all right. So I still have more stuff to go.
Yeah, there was quite a bit that came out of his booth.
And we paid $14 for all of it.
Yeah.
So these are Wood & Sons England, and they have little birds on them. That's why I like them. I don't think they're worth very much, but they're little bowls. And the pattern is yuan. Now there was a yuan dynasty, I do believe, so I think these were actually made to look like antique Chinese porcelain, but they are made in England.
Yeah, it's export, Chinese export.
But they are really pretty. I'm not really sure how much those go for. I know it's not much. Maybe like $4 or $5 a piece for the bowls.
That's something maybe we could take one of those with us to Philly this weekend. My dad's really good with that stuff.
Yeah, that sounds good.
He likes that stuff.
Now this little seal doesn't have any mark. Oh, it does have a mark. I'm gonna take that back. I just can't read it because I don't have glasses on. I got a little carved wooden seal that Andrew's gonna try to decipher. Does it say a country? Does it say Mexico?
It almost looks like Mexico.
Okay, so it says Mexico. So it's just a little carved seal from Mexico.
He's really cool though.
He's so cool and he's so adorable.
Yeah.
So, a little seal. I grabbed him out of the box too. So, for him, I would probably expect 15 to 20, maybe more. It depends on if somebody comes along who loves seals.
Found that in one of the boxes.
You did.
There.
Are we talking about that, or are we waiting for your stuff?
No.
Andrew found this little black kitty trivet. It's the best ever.
It's cast aluminum.
It is.
So it's got a little bit of weight to it.
It's a black cat.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my gosh.
That would make for one heck of a Halloween decoration in your kitchen.
Or just crazy cat lady. If you would just let me have cats, I would
No.
keep this. I'm not even sure what this would go for though.
Start it off and just let it go where it goes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Listed on eBay.
yeah, it's a cool piece. You get these guys too.
Yes, I have these little dogs. Now these are plaster, and I do believe that these were there last week when I was grabbing all the other little chic pottery and all the other dogs, and I left these guys behind. And I'm watching as I'm editing the videos at these dogs I leave in the box, and I was like, why did I leave those dogs behind? So when I saw them in the box, I grabbed them.
We left them behind because none of them are naughty, none of them are peeing or pooping.
Oh my gosh, stop. But they are plaster. That's why I left them behind, because plaster dogs don't really sell for a whole lot, and they get damaged really easily. Like, for example, this guy's tail is missing. The other ones are in good condition, though. The other ones don't have any major flaws. There's some, you know, little nicks and whatnot, but that's to be expected with plaster. So I'm selling those as a lot on eBay right now. I would probably expect to get $12 to $15 for the lot, because plaster is just really hard to sell. But they're cute. So all right, so that was all included in the $14 in addition to what Andrew's got over here, but we'll let him talk about that. So next we went and we got this little deer, which I paid $1 for, I think. I would expect $5 to $8 for the little deer. But what I liked about him and what made me ultimately decide to buy him, first of all, he's made in Japan. But on the bottom, it's got a name, George Anderson, Road number 5, Carlisle. So I could just imagine this belonged to some little kid and he wrote his name on the bottom.
Actually, if I'm not mistaken, that RD is rural delivery number 5. So that would have been, that would have been a rural farmhouse.
Yeah, because my grandparents live on number 5 road, so that's why I assumed it was.
Yeah, no, I would do it first, but yeah, rural.
Oh, that's so cute. I wish I could track them down and give it to them, but they probably got rid of it anyway, and that's why I was at the flea market. So people don't care about their grandparents and parents. Oh, I got that at that same place. I just liked that it was a rooster. I have no idea what it's worth. Don't say anything inappropriate, please. I thought it was cute. I'm not, like I said, I'm not sure what it's worth. There is no damage to it. It probably came with other little glasses with little roosters on them. Yeah, not sure about that guy. I'm going to do some more research on him before I list him. But moving right along, because I don't want to run out of battery power and the camera's about to switch off because we've been filming for 20 minutes. Let's talk about the stabber.
Oh, the letter
The
opener.
people stabber. Now I grabbed this because I liked the handle and I liked that it had grain to it, and I wasn't wearing my glasses. But as Andrew has pointed out, since purchasing, the grain is
it's uniform,
consistent and uniform. So
not only that, the company that made this is Whitehead and Hogue, and I want to say it's Jersey City is where they're out of. But they manufacture a lot of advertising pieces, tokens, medals, coins, political medals, things like that. If you wanted an advertising piece made, Whitehead and Hogue was a huge company that made a lot of that stuff.
Careful where you swing that thing, you're gonna stab me in the eyeball. Okay. Now let's talk about the coffee pot. Check out those lines. Am I right?
Yeah.
This is like mid-century modern at its finest. Those lines are amazing. Now I do believe that this is a silver plate. However, there are no markings. I'm not going to try to lift this off again. I lifted it off once. The inside's got this foamy stuff in it that just disintegrates and falls all over the place. Andrew will lift this. But this comes off, similar to the little creamer.
I just had this one off too.
He did, and now he can't get it back off again.
There
There we go.
They fit snug on there.
They do.
So you don't want to cram it down on there when you get it.
No, but they're just little ceramic coffee pot and creamer. They have a mold mark on the bottom and on the lid to match, which I thought was like pretty fancy.
Yeah, you don't normally see that.
Yeah, the mold mark is on the lid to match the bottom, which makes me all the more curious, like, who made this, that they were so fancy that they did that. But then again, if it was like super fancy, it wouldn't be silver plate, it would be silver. The bottom is in German, and as Andrew, my German friend, pointed out,
100-year quality basically is what it's saying. So what I'm going to translate that as is they're saying that this piece will last for 100 years. They've given you 100 years of quality in this product. So,
and it still gives us no clues unless you think that center is the center. Quist is possibly the manufacturer.
Probably, yeah.
It's possible. I could not find another piece like it. I absolutely love it. We paid $15 for it. I think it will go upwards of $75 if I list it on eBay.
I wish we had a sugar bowl.
Apparently it didn't come with a sugar bowl because it's a coffee pot.
Ah, okay. Okay, I could see that.
Yeah.
I mean, and how would you put a fancy lid over top of a sugar bowl without having... Yeah.
Somebody had pointed, because I was like, oh, the sugar bowl's missing, and then one of my viewers pointed out, oh, there's no sugar bowl because it's a coffee pot. Interesting. I didn't know that. I realized that they didn't come with sugar bowls.
Yeah, I would have not thought that either.
Oh, the wind's picking up a little bit. The camera's about to shut off, so I'm going to shut it off and turn it back on real quick. Alright, so the last thing I have to talk about are these lamps right here. So, we're going to talk first about this lamp. This beautiful lamp that John picked out for me. Now, John had been to the flea market early that morning, and he had spotted this, and he picked it up for me. He sends me lamp pictures all the time. And I feel so horrible, because usually I'm like, no, 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 no. And then he sent me this picture, and I was like, yes, yes, get that one. Quick, get it before somebody else does. And so he bought this lamp for $15. I'm almost 100% positive that it is Royal Hager Gazelle. However, I lost my book when we moved, so I don't have my book. But I'm almost positive that's what it is. And it's the chartreuse color. It would not be marked because it would have had a sticker, unfortunately. So there's no way to really tell unless I had my book that I lost in the move.
We'll find it.
Oh my goodness. So I did put this harp on it. The harp is not right for it. The harp is actually a little bit small for it. But here's something. The Gazelle figurine alone, I can't get this back on, sells for $55 to $75. So you're talking a lamp. I'm thinking this could go for $175 and up because Royal Hager collectors love lamps. I know. I've got one downstairs that's worth quite a bit of money. I'm gonna hold on to this. Yeah, that's the sad part for all of you is I'm holding on to this one. I always regret selling my giraffe lamp. Oh, stop shaking your head. I always regret selling the giraffe lamp. Granted, we made a ton of money on the giraffe lamp that we sold that was Royal Hager, but it was just one of those things that I wish I had held on to it a little bit longer. So this one I'm going to hold on to for a little while at least. And if I do ever come to sell it, I know I can get quite a bit of money for it. So let's talk about this lamp here. This is an Art Deco lamp. Ta-da! It's got a ship on it. You guys saw me pick this up for $15. Now, ooh, this finial is probably worth, I want to say, $15 to $20, which is great because that's how much we paid for the lamp. But this lamp, this glass down here is a slag glass, and it indicates that the lamp was made by House Glass Company of Port Marion, Pennsylvania. We come across that a lot here. I don't actually know where Port Marion, Pennsylvania is, but it must be close because we come across these lamps a ton. And they're usually characterized by this slag glass. We find them in bridge lamps and floor lamps and table lamps, but it's this slag glass and it's green and it's got this orangey swirl. Yeah, it's just really cool. But anyway, this lamp a couple of years ago probably would have sold for $150 to $200, but unfortunately prices have dropped It's not as desirable. People are really going for the mid-century stuff right now. And, you know, I have a feeling Art Deco is going to be coming back hard, but it's not right now. So this lamp, somebody has it listed for $125. It's just sitting on eBay right now. There are none sold. I would expect to get $85 to $115 for this lamp. But, that being said, we're going to get the Blacklight out before this video is over. And I'm going to show you something really cool about house glass. And I bet you already know what I'm going to show you. You can kind of guess. Anyway, Andrew, would you like to talk about what you have?
Oh, well, I got some more pheasant glasses in a picture.
Do you want to talk about...
Without having to fight.
Oh, yeah. Would you like to talk about the boo-boo we found when we got home?
Yeah, I didn't notice it till tonight, but there is a darn crack right all the way down the picture.
I'm not the only one who does it.
You know, and it was $5 for the entire set.
And you're the one who always sees the cracks and the chips, and you did it. You did it.
I missed it for the first time.
Oh, I feel better now knowing that it's not always me.
Everything looked good. Well, you know, I gotta do it once in a blue moon.
I know. It never happens to you. Unfortunately, the picture is cracked. But we got the glasses,
So the picture I'm probably going to wind up tossing. Unless somebody really, really wants it, I might throw it in.
But you can't put liquid in it if it's got a crack in it, so it doesn't make any sense.
Unless they want it for a display.
That's true.
But anyway.
We paid $10 for that.
Is it 10 or 5? I thought it was...
Oh, maybe it was 5?
I think it was 5.
Oh, okay. Never
it was 5 for the set, so I don't feel as bad.
No, that's not as bad. I thought we paid 10, and I was like, oh, God.
Yeah, no, I think we're okay.
All right.
I think we're okay there. I picked up 3 of these. These are barrel mugs, glass, bicentennial. Surprise, surprise.
I'm not surprised at all.
There were 3 of them. They were $5 for the 3 of them. These actually sell for about $10 a piece. I saw them at Community Aid a few weeks ago, and they were priced $10 a piece, which is fair. I just don't want to pay $10 a piece.
That's kind of collector's price and not reseller's price.
It is. So 3 for $5. I can make a few bucks on them and be happy. Let's see. I got us a Fort Frederick State Park, Maryland coaster for the table downstairs.
I've always wanted one of those. When I set my drink on the bare
this is actually
table,
probably
I'm
be
like,
for, this is
I really want
desk.
a Forest Park something.
It's got Fort Frederick State Park with the Rev War soldiers.
I was gonna say it's got soldiers on it. That's what you liked about it.
That's it. It's got Rev War on it, and it's gonna go on my desk anyway. So it's made of leather. Hey, why not?
It works.
These were cool.
Okay, I put those on now.
All right. So before you put these on, there's a couple things. When you find vintage glasses, you have to check the frames really well and see if they're marked anywhere. Some of them are made of gold, some of them are gold filled. The gold filled is bought and sold just like sterling silver. So if you see 1/20th 12 karat gold filled, it's gold filled. There's another term that they used to use for gold filled was heavy rolled gold.
I've seen that.
So that's also gold filled, and what it is it's such a heavy plating of gold. It's worth trying to reclaim it, and that's why you actually get a precious metal price for it when you scrap it. These I didn't see any of that mark. Bakelite, just screaming 1940s aviator glasses.
They're like so awkward. I can't even get them on. Oh my gosh. How's that? I won't even go
1960s maybe?
I won't even go over my ears. Oh wait, there we go.
Oh, that's hot.
I'm gonna just do the rest of the video like this. Let's keep going.
I don't know. I've never seen a Bakelite forehead.
I feel like you're still gonna poke me in the eye when you do that.
A forehead guard thing.
Jesus.
Alright, moving along. This is cool. USS Alabama battleship. Double spoon rest.
And it is up on eBay right now.
Yes.
I did get that listed.
Very, very cool piece. It's got a plane, it's got a battleship. I mean, that's awesome. And I think, well, besides that, so this was from another box lot guy. I can't see the stuff winding up in landfill. Somebody's got to want this.
You have to try to find the person.
Lieutenant Colonel John F. Connolly, Brigade Executive Officer from 1978 to 79, Falcon Brigade. It's got a heavy soldier on there. Through pen.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
Nice desk piece. Really cool. And even, you know what? Even if you don't find Lieutenant Colonel John F. Connolly, these little plaques are easily made at trophy stores. Very inexpensive. You pop 4 nails out, you put the new plaque on, you got a killer gift for a soldier.
I like it.
For their desk, absolutely. And the last piece I'm going to talk about, okay, Silvercraft is the manufacturer on this piece. It is marked also EPNS, which is electroplate nickel silver. Now, we didn't pick this up to scrap this.
We picked it up because it is Egyptian revival, and what that means is that it was made sometime around the 1920s when King Tut was discovered.
Yeah, and it's also got a patent applied for on here.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have to see if we can make that out. But it's got the scarabs and the enamel, or I don't know if they painted that. Did they paint those in? That looks like it's painted. It doesn't look like an enamel. But okay, so what this means is electroplate nickel silver. The nickel silver, there is not an atom of silver in nickel silver. Don't buy it to scrap it. You will get nothing. Nickel silver is a combination alloy of copper, tin, and zinc. And then it is plated with silver. This company was in business from 1916 up until about the 1960s. And they were out of New York.
Cool.
Look, you got 2 candlesticks.
Will we be able to polish it?
I'm going to try to polish this stuff. Normally I leave that to the buyer.
Yeah, normally we do not.
But I want to see how this cleans up. I'm going to get some silver polish. I want to try to clean this up a little bit, make it look a little more presentable. I'm going to try to leave the area alone where all the art is on this, and just try to clean up the bowl and the base and all that, and just these things are cool. This may not leave our house.
That's what I'm thinking. I think that would look awesome. I mean, granted, my dining room and my living room are totally mid-century, but I think I can make room for some 1920s Egyptian revival.
Even if I took one of these and I used it as like a pedestal display for my little Egyptian Shopti statue that came out of the outhouse pit. I have a 3,000-year-old Egyptian statue that I found in New York City in an outhouse. That would look really cool on there.
It would, yeah.
But that's that. Very, very cool piece. And this was the thing that the guy said. He's like, I can't believe that lasted as long as it did in the boxes. And I can't either.
It's because it's silver plate. I mean, the people going through there don't look at silver plate. And I just happened to see the blue, and I picked it up and looked a little closer. Right
as you looked at that, and right as you started to reach for that, I looked over, I saw that, and I was like, and I saw your hand moving, and I was like, I knew there was a reason I loved you.
All right, well, I think that's everything, right?
I think so.
We've got a 30-minute video.
That's crazy. That's insane.
I know. Well,
we still have to blacklight that thing.
Oh, yeah, quick.
Oh!
Blacklight time!
I guess I have to shut lights off.
Yes, without tripping over anything. Oops. Wait, I want to do one quick thing before you do that. I want to get one other thing out of here.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, well, in addition to blacklighting this lamp, I totally forgot about these the other night whenever we were playing with the blacklight. These are custard glass, which is kind of, well, you'll see. Go ahead.
We've had those for a while.
Hit the light. Ta-da! Now this vase right here is Bohemian custard glass. And custard glass does have uranium oxide in it. So that is why you are seeing it glow. And I've actually got a pair of these, and they're mantle vases. They're absolutely stunning. But we picked these up quite a while ago. I think we paid $35 for the pair of them. But also our ship light, you can see the house glass is also glowing. I do believe this also has uranium oxide in it, and that's why you're seeing that glow. So it's that bright green glow. I mean, you see the white stuff glows blue. I've got this piece of paper on my table. I think you can see it. It's glowing blue, but this uranium oxide is like, hi, I'm green. But this vase isn't actually green in real life. It's really light, pale yellow. So, ta-da! That was our blacklight fun for the night. Ooh. Ah, it needs to adjust. Let's see, this is what the vase looks like. Otherwise, it's not very green, as you can see. But I figured that would be fun. I completely forgot the other night when we were playing with the blacklight, and Andrew said, you should have pulled out those custard vases. And I was like, oh my gosh, the custard vases. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this whole video. Don't forget that there's a link to the shopping video down in the description. And if you're interested in some of this stuff, it will more than likely be listed on eBay. So there is a link to that also down in the description. And we will see you later. Bye.
Don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you've spotted something that you just can't live without, don't worry. I've put a link to our Etsy store down in the description.